Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our daily devotion. We're going to take a second look at Revelation 20, verses 1 to 10. Yesterday, I tried to explain what the different theories of the millennium were all about. And today, I just want us to have a look at this passage itself and see what we can learn and what John is trying to teach us, or particularly what Jesus is trying to teach us. I think the first thing we have to note is that the number 1,000 years is not a literal number, it is a symbol. And I say that with all respect, but every other number in Revelation has been a symbol. And so I'm taking it that this is also a symbol. But what is it symbolic of? Well, we've come across the number 10 before, and it's always been a number of completeness. 10 is a complete number. 10 times 10 is a really complete number. 10 times 10 times 10 is completely complete. And so the 1,000 years are the 1,000 years, the full, complete reign of Jesus from the right hand of the throne of God. And I think that that reign began when Jesus was born. Revelation 12 speaks about that. When Jesus was born on Christmas Eve, so the reign of Jesus began. And we know that it was completed, or made complete, when Jesus went to the cross and was victorious over the powers of evil. And we know that it really did come about in completeness when Jesus ascended to the throne. And he is seated at the right hand of the throne of God, completely in control. Now, I know it doesn't always feel like that, but I think we need to believe that Jesus is on the throne, he is in charge, and whatever is happening in this world, not least of which the lockdown and coronavirus pandemic that we're going through, those are all under Jesus' control. He is Lord of all. Secondly, I think we need to say that Satan is bound. Again, it doesn't always feel like it. Sometimes we feel like Satan is in control and Satan is powerful, but actually he's bound and he's in the abyss and he is not in control. He is able still to work his evil magic, and he uses the two beasts to do that. And so just like evil people never seem to die, they just kind of resurface after a while. So Satan seems to have the ability to do that through the two beasts. But we need to recognize that he is bound. And actually we can see that because 2,000 years has shown us that empires have come and gone, evil rulers have come and gone, evil beings have come and gone. But the gospel of Jesus Christ remains. The kingdom of God is still expanding and growing and getting bigger. And the kingdoms of evil are actually getting less. So evil has this way of looking worse and worse. But actually we need to recognize that the kingdom of God is getting bigger and bigger. And so we need to realize that Jesus really is on the throne of heaven. And he's been there since his ascension. And let me just give you a couple of verses that really establish that. Matthew 28:18. Jesus is appearing to his disciples before he ascends to heaven. He's commissioning them with the Great Commission. And he starts with these words: all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Therefore, you go. In Acts 2, verse 36, Peter says, God has made this Jesus both Lord and Christ. He is in charge. And in Revelation 1, verse 5, do you remember right at the very beginning, we read this really wonderful passage. It said, he, Jesus, is the ruler of the kings of the earth. Let's believe that. Jesus really, really is in charge. And in a strange way, yes, we rule with him now, even now. Ephesians 2 puts it quite profoundly. We were dead in our trespasses and sins, but we have been made alive and we have been raised up and seated in the heavenly places with Christ. We are not helpless victims because of the beasts. We have been given a message. We've been given the gospel. And that gospel has real power. And when we go out and proclaim it, it might feel weak and hopeless, but it's the power of God to the salvation of many, many people. History should teach us that nothing can stop the kingdom of God. But we do need to realize that we reign not as lions, but as lambs, because that's how Jesus reigns, and so we reign in that way too. We reign as lambs, not as lions. And Revelation 14 reminded us of that as the Lamb appeared on Mount Zion. We go about in this world with the gospel of Jesus, reigning in the heavenly places, but we do so as lambs. So what does it mean to reign as a lamb? Well, I think it means to reign sacrificially. However we lead, however we rule, it is as we do so sacrificially. We do so putting our own lives in danger for the benefit of others. I think it also means that we do so humbly. We don't impose ourselves. We humble ourselves. Jesus came as a servant. He was a humble king. He rode into Jerusalem on a donkey, and humility should mark our living in this world. And finally, we do so as servants. The greatest leaders serve, and may we serve all who God puts in our path. These are things worth thinking about. Trust you'll do so. God bless you. See you tomorrow.